Hi everyone, it's Denise. Welcome back. We're here at Starlight Drive-In for Local 4 Packs Build Challenge, Evolution of a Settlement. This is the final tour. Here is the entrance. If you can make a goal in the basket from behind the bus, you can come in. Also, this is kind of a warning, so to tell you, if we can kill a Deathclaw, we can kill you as well, so be very cautious. And there's 2 shotgun turrets there. So yeah, welcome to Starlight. I think we'll start off with the clothing lady, since she's kind of right outside here in the beginning, in the entrance part rather. And tried to decorate her up quite a bit. The little Vault-Tec crates glitched in at the bottom was something I saw Sardeliac do. And so it's just another great way to cover up that clothing sign that's on the merchant thing, the stand. So I left some blank spots in her stocking here on the shelves because, you know, she's still setting things up and she's still you know, getting things, getting her business ready. But she likes it here. She's got all 4 of her Brahmin here. They're the ones that brought the trailer up. And so she's got all of her storage and whatnots back here. She's got her mannequins set up, and she is doing some pretty good business, being as she hasn't been here for that long. So yeah, I just kind of shoved a bunch of stuff in here that I thought maybe she would have, either on hand or stuff that she picked up as on her travels. And there's more stuff back there. Ugh, I'll try to jump up so you can see it, but yeah, she's definitely got extra mannequins and dressers and suitcases to store clothes and stuff.
Another day of hard work. It never changes.
So I gave her a little armor workbench over there for her to mend her clothes. And one of my subscribers and viewers, Dev, likes to call her the Trailer Tailor. And I meant to put that up here on the billboard, but I forgot. Anyway, she loves cats, so she's only got 2. You know, she can only handle the 4 Brahmin and 2 cats. It's enough to feed. Here's where she types up bills of sale or whatever. Her humble little abode. So yeah, her cats are pretty happy. They stay up here with her. Now she took this table from out in the wasteland and she refinished it. So she's pretty proud that she's you know, pretty handy in that way. Here's all her food stock. Those 2 pictures stacked on the floor there. That is a Joker's Girl, aka Lois, trick that she's been doing for a while. She got inspired to do that from playing The Sims so much, I believe, is what she said. I've used the idea a couple times, so I haven't mentioned Lois in a while, so I wanted to use that so I could. And this lady's just got a bunch of extra silverware, and she's got her little cooking grilling station and an actual stove as well, so she's pretty well set up here. She's got some dishes in the sink that need washing. So yeah, that's her her little house. And I hope you all like it. Now, I know, excuse me, this whole tour is pretty long, but I'm putting timestamps on everything so you guys can watch whatever you want at your leisure. And saving the night tour for the very end, of course. I do have one of these weirdos over here who misbehaved, so they stuck his head in ice and he froze. So that's kind of his story. And we're going to stick to that. So I don't know which is harder or better or whatever you would say, to make up a whole story about the settlement beforehand or make it up as you're doing the tour. So, and that's kind of what I do and have done before. This is the bathhouse. It is in behind the clothing lady. This is something I threw up kind of at the last minute, so the video order is kind of wonky due to the fact that this was a little bit later in the building, like the very last building. But I wanted to use the Insane Checklador's mirror idea because I've been wanting to use it for a long time, and I just haven't gotten a chance to. So I made a mirror of my own, which I'll show you in a second. But right now, I think I'm showing you that it's behind the clothing lady right there. And then I wanted to talk about my custom made mailboxes that I made in my Lollipop House tour. At the very end of the video, I did a tutorial on how to make these, and you can use anything for like the pole or the stick. I use the barn piece here and 2 little lights for the little flag. It's always got mail in it. It's got a box of donuts, so the flag is up. They've got plenty of Nuka-Cola Quantum rather. And so this is just a place for them to relax and get cleaned up. And so, and they do have to take turns, because what is there, like 30 something people here, or 28 or something like that, almost 30 people here. Yeah, I think there's at least 30, because you have to have 30 people in the settlement to get Ron Staples. So yeah, there's at least 30 people here. So yeah, since I'm doing a voiceover, I can't go in the menu and check, but yeah. So I just put some lockers in here with some random stuff. They've got their box of donuts there. They get donuts every morning. So that may be the empty box from the day before. So I just put all kind of different stuff in here. People may leave stuff behind, or store some of their stuff in here that they maybe at their own house they don't have room to store it or whatnot. So yeah, that's why there's kind of a variety of different random things there. And what bathhouse would it be without a bathrobe? And of course, I have no idea why the glowing blood things are there. I have no idea. But I did make a little medicine cabinet. It's based on the same concept that you use to make the mirror. And if you want to know how to do that, I'll leave a link to the Insane Checklador, the way he does the mirror. And you can see how to do it. That little shelf looks the best in there, but it sticks out the side a little bit. But this is my version of a mirror. I love the reflectiveness of it, but it still kind of looks scrappy at the same time. These are the Vault-Tec toilets that I used, and I think they really give off a nice glow and reflective quality. And inputting that frame, and then the wooden beams kind of coming through it, it kind of just fits. It works. You use it on a different wall, I'm sure those boards wouldn't be coming through it like that, but I like it a lot. So here's the little bathtub, and of course there's a little barrel next to it to keep you warm if you're in here and naked and freezing cold or whatever. Put a water pump there so they can pump their own water in for the bathtub. There's a life preserver in case anyone drowns in the bathtub. More soap, hairbrush, wash rags, anything you would find in a little bathhouse or bathroom. Now you may be wondering where the toilets are, and we will get to that soon enough, I promise. I did not forget to make toilets. But there's plenty of sinks around the settlement, so they can always do like a sponge bath if they need to at the sink. So yeah, that is the little bathhouse, and I hope you guys liked it. And my little mailbox is so cute. Okay, what's up next? Let's see. Ah, the first thing I ever built at this settlement. A little house connected to the boxcar, connected to the garden. So yeah, one of the lady gardeners lives here. I honestly don't remember which one, but since there's only one bed in here, only one person lives there. Now, she tried her hand at some fishing, so she stole the fishing pole from the fisherman hut dude. So she just kind of left it sitting there until she gets more time to fish. Or try to fish. And it could be not just in the pond here, but the surrounding areas have some water she can go to as well. So this is where she stores her food, obviously. And I just want to remind everyone that you know, this is done without mods, so all these decorations are placed by hand by me. So that means I have to throw them on the ground, literally pick them up by holding A and then place them. No OC decorator or anything like that. Now I do use Creation Club items, but I don't really consider those mods because they're not, like the refrigerator there is from a Creation Club. I still have to use the mechanics from the original game to do these, so I don't really feel that I'm using mods when I use the Creation Club stuff. But she's got a nice little home here, and she's got just all kinds of junk that she's scavenged from the surrounding areas. She brought that mannequin back because she figured she's going to use him to try to make some clothes with. She's going to talk to the trailer tailor and see how she can learn how to make some clothes. I made this custom bed for her. And I filled all the dressers and everything with stuff. And yeah, so I'm not using any mods. However, I did use the cheat terminal for the orange melons from the Institute. But Gary said I could, so, you know, which is Loco 4-pack. He gave me the okay to do it. But other than that, everything I scrounged for myself and, you know, got all the materials for and everything for this settlement. It was a lot of work. So, yeah, I hope you like that little house there. And I think I showed the garden part so many times, I don't even think I went over here. I can't remember. And I showed this area over here thinking, oh, I'll leave it blank, so if they find more junk, they can bring it back. And they did bring back more. Traffic cones, they found a couple of tricycles, more road barriers, more tires. There's tons of stuff in this area to find to bring back to your settlement to decorate with. Yeah, I did bring myself back up here. Now, this garden type area is, I still like to mention my friend Wordy Purdy when I make these type of garden areas, because it was inspired by an idea that he did in his Dalton Farm build. So I just want to mention him on that and say that he inspires me a lot with his builds, and this is one thing that he did that inspired me. It's not exactly like his, but yeah. Here's what is next. Weapons and armor. So the little pink robot is Mrs. Green. Her husband, Mr. Green, or Supervisor Green, lives at Grey Garden. Here is a stop sign that I brought back from the surrounding area. Now you may be wondering how I got this, and my friend Mr. Fox 1701 did a video about it, how to get those signs. And basically, you just want to throw a Molotov cocktail at a sign nearby your settlement, and once it falls off the thing it's connected to, then you pick up the sign and bring it back to your settlement. You can decorate with it. But if you do it too far out away from your settlement, it will actually disappear in your very hands while you're carrying it back to your settlement. So you do not want to do it to a sign that is too far away from your settlement. But yeah, I brought back a stop sign and another sign. So this is the scribe's bedroom. He's on the right. His daughter is on the left. And she likes to do all kinds of stuff, write stories and whatnot. But she had gotten kidnapped by some raiders, and the Brotherhood still would not help him go rescue his daughter. So some people from our settlement went with them to rescue her, and he's very grateful. And we set her up with a weapons shop here, right across from her dad, and they are very happy to be teamed up together in this business. They've got their storefront window, which is one of my original ideas. They're my storefront windows. She put these weapons behind this mesh of the concrete so that people could view but not steal. And so yeah, she's right across from her dad, and they're both, even though the Brotherhood would not help rescue her, they're the kind of people that are very kind-hearted and forgiving, so they still have a lot of loyalty towards the Brotherhood. And there's the other sign I picked up, a little arrow. I like how that gun looks. It looks pretty cool. With some of the skins from the Creation Club. So there's a little spice to everything, you know. Different colored armors and stuff now. Ah, I love his voice. He's got the kind of voice that makes you believe like he's a really kind person anyways. You know, a really forgiving and a very calm, cool, and collected person. So they are very happy here. They've got lots of clothes and armor in here that they have saved from his time at the Brotherhood, and you know, when they stop by, they may want to change of clothes or whatever. They just sell their old ones to him, whatnot. You know, anything is possible. You could go anywhere with that story, I suppose. So over here, they've got their power armor. They stole this one from the dude at Nuka World. They got this paint job over there from Sheffield at the donut shop. He took a small trip close to Far Harbor, but not more closer to Coastal Cottage, and found a trader that was from Far Harbor and gave him that sugar bomb paint job. So all they have over here is just you know, stuff they might need to repair their armor or weapons. I stuck these in here, and it didn't come out exactly how I wanted, but at least they kind of look like they're sitting on the shelf. They do look a little bit wonky, but they weren't the exact right height, so I imagine if I tweaked it a little bit more, I could get it looking a little bit better, but I was in confined quarters there when I was building it. So everyone's got pretty good weapons here. I got them all dressed, although I did not get them all in backpacks like I wanted. So, but, yeah, that's their shop. Hope you guys like that. Alright. And I believe this is going to show all the little houses that surround kind of the workshop area. I think I start off over here with the guard. The Halloween space is right below, and of course we all know that in game they're not supposed to leave their post, so they don't really use their bedroom, but I fix it up as if she would really use it in real life. So yeah, she's got an extra gun there, just in case. And this little boxcar guard station is also another idea from my friend Mr. Fox 1701.
Won't forget what you did.
Never used it, and so I thought I would use it here. And I think she was bald-headed, so most settlers, if they come in bald-headed, they get a pompadour wig right off the bat. There's another view of the bathhouse. And I do apologize if I'm talking a little bit too fast, but this is a voiceover, so I just want to make sure I, credit everyone and get everything in that I can, remember to say. It's like I've watched the video 3 different times, and I'll still miss something along the lines, along the way, rather. So here's how I decorated up her little room. And, yeah, I see Sardelia can use that particular table for beds quite a bit, so I thought I would use it in here for her. And I think I stuck another table up underneath it just to make it look supported because it was floating a little bit. It must be a coffee table, I think, up underneath it. Actually, I pushed 2 coffee tables together to make that one. So I think Sardelia usually uses one with the sleeping bag, so I had to make it a double. There's a little cooking area for them. I shoved a trash can back here, or trash bin, because I thought it would seem appropriate. They need a place to put their trash. And then the other guard, he doesn't have much up here. But he's got a cool hat, So
one day at a time.
That's all he needs. It was kind of wonky to build that particular guard, this particular guard station. So I want to make sure he could path in case he had to come up or down. So I left it pretty plain.
Yeah.
And so he can get up here and get down easily. But he sleeps down below with this scavenger dude right here. And they sleep on the same bed, but it's foot to foot, so it's not anything weird. And they like it, They deal. I did this little potted plant. It's got a carrot in there. It's kind of a throwback to Miss Mad Queen Show, who used to put the moot fruit in those potted plants, and also to a guy named Nasty Bonzi. He put corn in them, and I thought that was pretty cool. So I put a carrot in mine. So I get moot fruit, corn, and carrot. That's about the only ones that really would work in there. The rest of them were too bulky to try to put on there, I guess. Yeah, they just got some little whatnots in here. Made them a nice bed with pillows, and so yeah, when they sleep, when they go to sleep at night, it's cool to look at them because their feet just touch each other barely, but they have enough room. So it's almost perfect, and I didn't even plan it that way, but it happened that way.
Yeah.
So here we are, I don't know what we're doing here. Oh, we're taking a look at Kate and how she's dressed very cutely, but she's got some jet there on the table, and I'm looking at her like, what the heck are you doing? Of course she has nothing to say because she knows she's guilty. Haven't took her to Vault 95 yet to get her from being an addict, so she's still an addict technically. Okay, here's the little house that's been finished for forever and a day. Finally got it decorated. Yeehaw. And I really like it. I think it looks really bright and colorful, and I love decorating with the donuts and the coffee from Slocum's Joe DLC. It's really all cute stuff. Can't get enough of it. So just got a little TV over here that they can't really do anything with, I guess. They just, I guess it's like maybe a comfort thing for people that are, know what one is. Some little components over here and whatnots to mess around with. I don't know. Random stuff. That poster does not go on glass. For those of you that are experienced builders, know that you have to actually put it on there with group select, with a pillar or anything that will let you group select it, and just put it on there. that way. Can't even see it through this side. That's kind of weird. Oh yeah, you can. There you go. I have no idea what I'm saying. This thing is like an hour long. So here's the little drink dude. Now he sells alcohol up here. But no food. And so if you want to get drunk, this is the place that you come.
Hope you ain't one of them synths here to spy on me.
Now he's not totally bald, so he did not get a pompadour wig. But I try to make his little bar station look different than what I've done before. I'm always trying to do something different, something that maybe folks haven't seen before. But if you really like a technique or something that you've built, then you tend to use it quite a bit. I just kind of threw these decorations down, kind of without any rhyme or reason. So yeah, I was in a hurry to try to get it done. I run into the glitch where I couldn't pick up any items to decorate with. So that kind of set me behind, and then some personal things with my mom and dad that, you know, set me back as well. I'm thirsty, Kate. Give me that Nuka-Cola Wild. Ah, yeah. Thanks. Don't you use that, Jet. Okay. What's next, I wonder? Ah, Trader Rylee. One of my favorites. Of course, I feel obligated with the level 4 traders to always do them up right. And so she's got everything in the doggone world here. And so yeah, I just the level 4 traders have more stuff anyways, so it makes sense to, you know, stock more stuff than you normally would. I do like these little shelves. I didn't know if it would let me do this or not. These are from the Creation Club as well. They hold bobbleheads, but they hold regular stuff too, so if you guys want to use them to decorate with, they work just fine. So here's just a bunch of random odds and ends. No rhyme or reason. I kind of off-kiltered them a bit so they didn't look so uniform. I think that's how her shop would look anyways. It's not going to look like a grocery store where everything's perfectly lined up and stuff. So she's got a cigarette machine. Nobody can have a business without that, pretty much. Now here's her little bonus. She shares her little home with two vault girls upstairs, and they're from Vault 88. But of course, you know, Rylee is from Vault 81. So they're all vault people. They've all got vault stuff in here, and you know, they're kind of birds of a feather, so they understand each other, and they get along real well. And there's two other vault people here too. There's Clem and another lady from Vault 88 as well. They're over in the hospital though. Well, you Lamp, what did you do here, Lamp? I love this lamp. I love decorating with it, but boy, it's finicky. So yeah, just some little more odds and ends there. And lovely stuff. Now we're going to go upstairs and see the rec room. And you could probably hear the girls up there cycling and saying their random stuff that they say. You can lift weights, you can ride bikes. And I have to say I'm glad I got a chance to redo the whole Vault 88 quest, because now I have the bikes chosen on the right thing to where they don't die. They actually are useful. And so I screwed that up majorly the first time I did the Vault 88 quest, but I made sure this time I went and looked everything up, so every item has the right parameter set to where nobody will die. So I just put some stuff in here that I thought maybe they would need. Extra clothes, stuff to sponge off with, brush their hair, get a drink. There's a sink over there so they could kind of, you know, wash up a little bit. Of course, water. They need water if they're going to be in here working out.
It smells, but well, in a good way.
And I don't know what she means by it smells, but in a good way. Is she talking about the bicycle? Or is she talking about, like, her sweating? I don't know. If you guys know the answer to that, tell me, because I'm just like, what the heck is she talking about? They've got a little table back here to hang out at. At night, they can drink, smoke, whatever. Share stories.
It's kind of relaxing.
And I really like how this came out. It came out really cute, I think. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. Ah, here's the hospital. And got Doc Anderson in here with Clem and the other Vault 88 girl. We got plenty of magazines stocked. For people that are waiting, can read. Extra shopping baskets for you to shop with. Some leftover drink and a newspaper someone left because, you know, people have to be messy. And here's Doc Anderson. She's got a bunch of stuff thrown up here on the counter and on her shelf there. And then she's got more in the display case shelf. Now, she does sell drugs, but she is kind of an herbalist as well. You know, she likes to try to find more natural ways to be healing. And for her to do that, she has to kind of inspect the drugs and see what they're made of and stuff like that. And so she does a lot of that and chemistry work as well. There's Clem. Now, that's the first time I've ever walked up to Clem, and he's never said not one word to me. But he had to wear the chef hat. He begged to wear it, so I said, fine, you can wear the freaking chef hat, you weirdo. Just kidding. So yeah, we've got a little hospital here with some teddy bears, and these people are freaking spoiled, I'll tell you what. And yeah, I don't know how they got that way. I really don't. So yeah.
Huh?
This little hospital's cute. I like it. So let's go upstairs and see where she sleeps. See, these are her little plants over here. We can pretend like they're herbs or something that she's growing. Not just house plants. So she's got a little place out here where she hangs out. Got room for one more guest to visit if they want. See, she's got that Excel out there, not because she uses it, because she likes to inspect it to figure out how it works and how she could duplicate something, but maybe make it more herbalistic, you know, more natural. And she's got a place to cook, and I'm in her bedroom, and she's got very standard living here. She's got her chem station up here, and this is all her extra back stock, and when she needs to refill it, she just says, Clem, get your butt upstairs and get me some more right away, right now. And he's like, yes, ma'am, I'm here to help. A lot of people complain, but not me. I only like to help. And she's like, cool beans, dude. Just go get it. No, really, I don't know what their conversations are, but I know that she sends him up here to get it. And I have no idea what I do here. I think I do a back tour. Yeah. Should I put some fencing over that? And sucky wiring in the back that I tried to hide, but now you can see it. And I think I put the doggies in here as well. Did I put it in the same video? I think I do. So wait a second. and I decide to go look at the dogs, okay? What should he do? Okay, yeah, we're gonna go look at the dogs. And I love all the little doggies. But you know, they move around so much. In and out of the dog houses all the time. Sometimes they spawn on the roof, they fall through. I was gonna put like little dog dishes over here, dog bowls and dog food. And I was like, nah. They'd have the whole thing looking like a tornado hit the place in 2 seconds. So yeah, I just left it very plain. And you know, this is their turf, and so I left it that way. Very plain. They spice it up enough on their own, so they really didn't need no junk decoration over there. That's our story, and we're sticking to it. Alright, here's the fisherman's cabin, rather, and I'm in another custom mailbox. A little flag again, and this has got a fish rack and then a broadsider attached with a lantern at the bottom. And maybe it looks a little bit menacing, I guess, in a way. Or you could kind of take it as, you know, if you don't put mail in my box, you're gonna get blowed up. I don't know. I just, like I said, I'm making this up as we go along. Yeah, it's just showing the outside there for a minute. I don't know what I was doing. This is one of the places where everything was falling through the floor, and then I ran into that glitch where I would hold A and I couldn't repick anything back up to replace it. So I had to reload the game so many times, and I guess in the process of doing that, everything I stocked on this stove kind of fell through and disappeared. So, yeah, it's in there crooked anyways. So, all my mistakes I just throw out there for you guys. This particular bed is supposed to be like a cabin bed. And it was definitely inspired by my friend Fallout 4 guy. He makes these beds quite a bit in his builds. Although he uses mods, this one was done without mods, so I had to kind of do some kind of fancy footwork there to get it to look that way. He's got, you know, all kind of hooks and stuff, and he got heads on the walls of stuff that he has caught before. Got more fish hooks at the top there, and he's got 2 extra slots for smaller weapons once he finds them. And he's got, you know, stuff out here to cook, grill, a fish. He has a thing for Nuka-Cola orange. He might be related to Sheffield in some way. You never know. Tannery rack or whatever. I thought the iron would be appropriate to be put there with that. Yeah. So that's it for the fisherman cabin. And with the picket fences, I tried to use the junkiest ones, and I made it really crooked and, you know, different heights. And I did that on purpose because I wanted to make it look like it'd been here for a while. Or the parts that they found to build it had been around for a while. And of course I used the razor grain to make it look like weeds. And I got that from Stacy Plays Fallout. I want to mention her before I forget that she had used the razor grain as seagrass. So that's kind of where that stemmed from. Oh yes. Now we're getting onto the bar and the donut shop. And of course I found Ron Staples. He's the level 4 bartender. And we've got our ice machine, cigarette machine, our cola machines for both different kinds. I didn't go too crazy with the decorations in here. I just kind of plopped stuff on the tables. There's not a lot of room in here. I didn't make it totally huge. Although this bar, if you've followed me for quite some time, you may recognize the bar I did for Disco Dolly at the Echo Lake Lumber Mill. It was called Dolly's Disco. I used the bar. Oh, that's showing the upstairs is the donut shop. Use these bar counters to make the bar kind of like this, but this time when I did it, I was able to use better supports and get it more straighter. Although I wasn't able to fit in a support back here at the back, unless it was like maybe a reader pole. So I just kind of left it. So now he's got Sheffield upstairs, so he cannot sell alcohol. He does sell a little bit of food, but he can only sell the Nuka-Cola products because he's got Sheffield coming downstairs bugging him all the time. So he said, fine, I will only sell the Nuka-Cola. And of course Sheffield said he couldn't sell Nuka-Cola because he would have drank all of it. So he said, I'll run the donut shop. I said, okay. So they definitely work as a team. And we've just got everything laid out here on the tables. Like, people come and go. Some people get their own coffee. Some people go up there and have old Sheffield make it for them. So yeah, if you want to see a more elaborate donut shop, you can go check out my donut / ice cream shop that I made at the sanctuary. I'll link that video below. If you haven't seen it yet, you've got to see it.
Otherwise, it's all haze.
It's really cool. I did a lot of cool stuff. Of course, I used mods, so that helped. But this is about as crazy as I could go in this particular area without mods. So definitely, if I was building it out in the open by itself on flat ground, I could probably do a little bit more crazy stuff. But being as part of the settlement, I didn't want it to stick out too much as a sore thumb. Besides, it's Sheffield running the place, you know, so it's got to have some semblance of you know, normalcy and security, even though he is not himself, but we need that for him, is what I'm trying to say. And now out here, they don't usually come out here until night. So during the day, they just stick their flowers out here to get some sun. And they actually match the booths. Look at that color. I didn't even notice that when I was putting them out. the light colored orange. It's funny. Does some things just work out, but there's definitely a nice view up here of the entire settlement. So yeah, if you didn't want to come up there and sit down to get a drink or eat, I would think something was wrong with you. So it's a pretty darn good view. So just going back down the stairs here, getting another once over of the little bar. I'll try to do slow pans again because, you know, there is still lag. Alright, I think next up is going to be the Brahmin barn. Yeah, so these are the Brahmin of the Tailor lady. So they keep them well watered and well fed. And so with them here, they also provide the settlement with other things, such as milk and fertilizer. So they obviously can't eat them for their meat, so that's what they use them for. And the Tailor lady was kind enough to do like an exchange in that way. If you set up shop here, I'll let you use the Brahmin. They're her Brahmin anyways, so she can decide what she wants to do with them. Put lots of hay in here with the razor grain in their little feed troughs. There's their milk buckets, and then they've got several water buckets as well to take care of them. And I put the little black mats there just to kind of keep it in an area where they could clean it a little bit better. They do move around a little bit, but I'd like to think if they poop, they probably poop on the mat, and so it's easier to clean up. I don't know. I might have thought a little bit too in depth with that one, but you know, everything poops, right? So here's their milk that they've got stocked. And, you know, that milk's not hard. I mean, it's part of the Creation Club, but it's not easy to find. You have to go keep waiting and buying it from the merchants, and merchants may only have one or two. So it takes a long to get that many. I think there's about maybe 60 there. And here's the one thing I used the cheat terminal for, was these orange melons that I was telling you about earlier. So that's the only thing I use for that. And then they've got their fertilizer, their extra baskets that they could shop with. And here's the one produce vendor over here. So she can sell you what they've got going on, the produce and milk. I'll sell you either or. She's got a thing of carrots. There's about 60 to 70 carrots in there. 60 to 70 corn, and I'd say about 60 to 70 gourds over there as well. In case you want to know how many I have to use in order to get it to look that way. So I think I dressed them both the same. Yeah, I think they both got the same outfit on.
Hope you ain't one of them synths.
And those are Creation Club outfits as well. So yeah, I found so many baskets. Like I said, there's so many things around the area to bring back to your settlement to decorate with. I probably found about 13 baskets. So here's that little room in the back where they live. And I thought this came out really cute and really nice. Here they've got some extra milk bottles they're washing in the sink. It's just set out to dry, and a coffee machine and refrigerator. A small table for them both. And another couch set up with the pillows. She brought back a girl mannequin there. So if you walk in here too quick, she might startle you a little bit, because she's like right there. So just some random decorations here. I love how the swan boat fragment looks up here on top of the suitcase. It just kind of goes with the coloring there. Looks pretty. And then they've got this little deck out here. Chill area to smoke or whatnot. Stay warm. They've got a little fire barrel out here. So yeah, we'll run back through here again. Do another once over. I don't know why I felt compelled to put TVs in all their rooms this time around. I guess, I don't know. I really like how this came out, though. I think it looks really, really nice for them. And I think after this, I sit here for a minute and think, what else could I do? Ah, I remember the toilets. We have to show you the toilets. And cue toilets. Okay. We're going to show you the toilets now. Okay. So I fixed these up back here, and I don't ever think that I showed them in my update videos because I honestly kept forgetting they were back here. They are set away from the settlement a little bit, but you know, that's kind of good, you know, because if anyone has an upset stomach, you know, the smell's not going to get to the living areas. I didn't put any decorations in here either. They're just plain. They've got one picture. Yeah. But yeah, they can stay warm back there. They've got 2 fire barrels. You do not have to go to the bathroom in the freezing cold. And let's see, I wonder, did I put the Caravan in here with it? I think I did. Yep. Okay, so the whole couch thing, the sleeping bed inside the couch, came from 2 of my friends. That's Jake Fallout 4, or Jake FO4, and my friend the Insane Sheklador. And as always, I will link their channels in the description. And I really like how this came out as well. And I put a little sleeping area for them above. Gave them some storage. There's nobody here right now, but there's usually all 4 of them are here at the same time. It's usually pretty crowded. But they store their stuff here. And there's actually, see, there's 3 beds up here and then 2 down here. So 4 for all the traders, and then, you know, they've usually got 2 people with them. They can alternate beds, but it's really a nice place for them to stop and rest, and they do. They sometimes stay for a whole week. So yeah. And I kind of left it open like that because the Brahmin running in and out, they need a lot of room. But I could have made that bigger, and that would have been fine. Ooh, the night tour now. Here we go. I hope you will like this night tour. I think everything looks good. It doesn't look too bright, and it doesn't look too dark. Y'all know my eyesight is not the best. Same with my hearing. And so, you know, it's not that I don't like dark settlements. It's just that with my eyes being so bad, if someone's showcasing one of their settlements and it's too dark and I can't see it, I get pretty frustrated with myself because I just, you know, I can't see it. So I like to make it at least enough lights to where if there's people out there like me that can't see all that great, hopefully they can still see. But still, for the people out there that like the, I guess for lack of a better term, lore friendly or immersion, to where, you know, realistically they wouldn't have that many lights, it's still kind of a, hopefully I balanced it out to where it can please both at the same time. But you know what, in my earlier building dates, I used to just Oh my gosh, I used to put way too many lights.
Everything seems to be proceeding.
But once you kind of find out which ones give off the most light and what color you want it to be, you know, you can really manipulate the lights quite a bit. And, you know, you can stick them underneath the ground or stick them inside of statues, stick them inside objects where it gives off the light, and then you can't even see the light. And so, you know, it could be passed off as being, you know, something reflected off something else, you know. You can always make something up, I suppose.
Need to get back to Diamond
But,
City.
and I think when you hide the light, it makes things look more natural. I tried to alternate between the white, the yellow, and the orangish types lights. That's the way it kind of gives off kind of different colors at the same time. I used quite a bit of colored lights because I usually can't get away with using them, but I was able to here, which made me quite happy. As you can see, all the decorations are taken down. And I had to do it this way because, you know, the whole game would have crashed if all these places were decorated and I was doing this tour. So, the Slocum's Joe and the bar is really bright. But everyone's attracted there at night, so, you know, it helps them to know where to go. So yeah, we are coming to the end, guys. I really hope that you've enjoyed this. I have worked really hard on it and really long on it. And I hope to get some more builds out, although I am playing some other games. I do have another video coming out of some funny clips from State of Decay 2 that I hope you all will get a laugh out of. But I'm not going to put up too many videos from other games on this channel. I will play other games in my spare time, but as far as putting up a lot of videos, I you know, can't really do that. I rely on my husband to do it, and it's really based upon what he feels like doing and his schedule. So I'll just do the best I can, trying to get more builds out and everything like that. So I really enjoyed this challenge, and I hope y'all did too. And like I said, I'll hopefully be getting a couple more videos out this next week. So y'all take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.